1 year later, and I have learned so much. The source of this immeasurable power, the history of the Great Fire, the responsibility of being a wishmaker. Oh, it's all so grand, so exhilarating. I even have my own space and a big fancy tree. I would have never considered myself one to have settled down, but here I am. Funny how things work out. The race is starting soon, within a few months now, and old Hilo is prepping this year's batch of stew, so he's finally loosened some slack on my leash. I get to talk to the commoners again. Oh, but they're so boring. My family died this, my wife's gone missing that. Common squabbles. No one even asked for anything fun. No wonder the old man locked me up in a tower all this time. So many people begging me to use my magic to save them from their horrible fates. If there's one thing I know, one thing I remember from that old life of mine, is nothing comes easy. I just met one man today, a young lad. Rustic, sea-worn, rugged and tough. He told me he wanted to be just like me. He told me he wanted to wish himself a wishmaker, to become omnipotent. I sank his ship without him knowing. If he truly is ready for omnipotence, then that shouldn't stop him. I did him a favor, teaching him to be stronger. Lord knows that's what I would have wanted, and no one ever taught me. It's a thankless job, but I truly love being a wishmaker. It is marvelously intoxicating.
Well, now I'm going to die alone out of spite.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Wild Sea. We're doing Microscope. We got Dylan, we got Will, we got Sam, we got Michael.
I'm glad
That's
you've learned to do the intros for us so that we're not all Joey.
That was
Okay.
That was intro. That was the cool
And
little
over
joke.
here, I'm Jimmy Marino. Joe, you got to calm down. Take a sip of your pilk. It'll be fine. It's going to be...
All right.
This episode sponsored by Pilk. And
Why do you put ice in your pilk?
And Disney's.
Have you
Mirror.
tried having warm pilk? It's not great.
It's not good.
Oh
God.
sleep.
It's so
Guys,
bubbly.
the amount of... I know what pilk is, but the amount of other things
milk?
I think of, possum milk. There's other options. There's a lot of ways you can put words together to make pilk.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
You're right. I need to have myself some Mountain Dew.
Oh no.
I
That
think that's
sounds-
out more.
That's more in the
I think you
zone.
mean Mountain Dilk.
I'll pass, thank you.
No, I go with the other
Mountain Dew.
brand. Sprilk.
This is my dad, Mountain Dill.
Joey's dad is such a Dilk. Dad, I'd like to kiss.
Okay.
My dad, I meet him up in the mountains and I learn his wisdom, his Dilk wisdom.
Oh God. Actually,
No, don't.
no. Oh wait. The most
I don't know where
influential
we're just
wishes.
going.
Most influential wishes.
That's good. That's
Dilk wisdom comes in with a charmer.
that's going to be my new homebrew 5e race is Dilks.
I feel like we're
I
saying
mean-
a word that means nothing.
Yeah, it's a first name.
It's
The English language is colloquial, okay?
all right,
Much
so
like
last
the
we
word-
left off.
Much like Mountain Dilk.
Oh my god! I regret everything that's come out of my mouth and
find
yours.
you find a carbonated fjord panther.
Last we left off. I'm trying. I'm reeling. I'm holding. I'm pulling the net.
So are we, but we're on opposite ends of the seesaw.
For the record, Carbonated Fjord Panther is a great band name.
I don't want to come over there, but it is. I got
It is though, right?
I can't. No, I gotta pull.
I don't know what are we in the metaphor of
The race's most influential wishes was the last. What is it? The last topic that Sam provided to us before we left off.
That
I
was
know
the races. Not the racist, most influential witches.
the race's most influential wishes.
We're trying to find out stuff we don't know.
So, I know you told us that we were all going to think about it when we left. I, for one, have not thought a single ounce about this.
I am shocked hearing that, especially since when we all walked in the room, including myself, we were like, what was
what was the problem?
topic for
What
the-
was this?
What
Yeah,
was the
none of us remember. So this is going to be good. That's actually really good for us because now it's just going to be fresh, whatever we come up with. Some refreshers of what has happened so far. Just kind of run through everything that we got. Just really briefly, I'm not even going to include this in the episode. The race begins. Then we have Captain Finnegan of the Cobra vessel has his wife returned from the dead. They live a long and happy life together. The cult of Captain Finnegan and his bride. There's hype for the race now. Did Captain Finnegan ever reveal the truth of the wish? And then we learned that, yes, he mistakenly told the hospice nurse. He died in his home with his wife, his second wife, yada, yada.
I forgot we had hospice.
I know, we did. Hospice is canonical.
Yeah.
There's the period of disbelief. The wish comes true for winners. We have Finnegan's nurse races multiple times. And then the Great Fire has started. You contributed this last time.
Yep. And it was a period of good times.
This is the period of good times. The Helvetica appears from the smoke of flames and encloses the fire. It unifies the race under one threat, the Helvetica.
I want the event of this is me spitballing it out. A Flying Dutchman-esque ship, like a ship of legend, doesn't start in the race, appears during the race.
Yeah.
After the fires are started, it sails out of the smoke and just starts like, fucking shit up. and it like leaves a trail of fire behind it.
That's so cool. Interesting. Right? So it is it a ship on fire or is it just a ship that emerges from the flames?
It is a, I think it's a flaming ship.
Okay.
I think it's a flame. It is a ship on fire.
Does it spread fires? As it sails. It does spread fires.
Right. Yeah, I think it spreads fire as it sails, but like as much as, maybe.
Is it a controlled burn?
Yeah. I think for the most part, I think what's scary about it is like it does kind of catch fires, but it's not anything too big. So it's kind of like Finn out of the water.
They burn
right?
out.
You see a little we all see the big smoke. Suddenly there's a little smoke over here and disappears. The smoke dissipates. And then the second it breaches,
totally a Davy Jones.
Yeah, and it just fire and smoke start, and it's huge, right? It's like I would imagine like you're a dinghy, that's a galleon.
Damn, dude, fucking wow, shit, I love this.
It's like a cruise ship size.
Yeah,
excellent.
Okay. Let me think of a cool name for this ship.
Mozzarella.
I'm not naming the ship Havarti. Okay.
Havard.
So I'm gonna think of the name the Helvetica.
Yes.
See, what I really like about that is I think this is like nobody knows what Helvetica means. And I think that's just a word that popped up.
It's an ancient word.
Yeah.
They found like bevies of screens and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's just the name of it.
So
I really like Helvetica.
Our campaign will be called A Game of Fonts and Cheese.
Helvetica is my favorite. The anchored spirit of the nurse is said to protect and save the lost racers. A beacon of hope for the racers arises. So basically any lost racers just now has like a savior. Then the next period is thoughts and prayers. The time to be afraid of miracles. Father Mora Mook splits from the cult of Altadena over beliefs and forms the Till of Mook, the first big religion outside of Altadena. Others begin to see this as the start of forming religions as a form of community. Ascension comes into power and does wonders for the people who do follow and for those who deserve it. Theocracy becomes a new force. High priest cult masters technique to lure Leviathans to other ships. First time attacking other ships. So that was when people started training Leviathans to become ships.
Right.
Then the next one is mountains moved in a cannon to the move. Wishes start getting out of hand. Spits bound. Captain launched. Wild sea folk understand the need for their intervention in the proceedings. The cult of the Horizon, a doomsday cult, wished for a colony to come into existence on the moon that would one day destroy the world. And then we had the scene of, did Horizon actually make the wish? Yes, but the wish granters know the extension made by the young stowaway. Captain made 10 years, young stowaway, wish for extension, dread, all that stuff. Then the captain creates a nation in the sky to escape the parameters of the wish, invokes the spirit of the game again. So now we have floating rocks. Then this is the specular techno-druids discover ways to bind creatures to ships, even binding ships into the body of animals. This is the Wild Seas folks a chance to fight back against the cultist advancement. Karokas, This was yours, I believe.
Corcus.
Gorkus. Then we have the Lost Years, the time where no one wins. The first one here is Captain Tinox comes onto the scene and creates the Tinox Elite, right?
Tinois Elenet.
Tinois Elenet. Thank you. He's an anchored who is always hired by the Wish Granters. He does not let ships win the race and then surrenders before winning. Repeat racers know to race against Tinox is like a death sentence. New racers die and are rumored to be killed by him. So a lot of people give up the race whenever he enters. All right. So what is your contribution now?
Oh my god!
Repeat racers.
It's not gonna be that good. I'm gonna do the commercials, the advertiser heavy like swashbucklers who are like the heroic anti-pirates who like were all about like doing good deeds, but they got like the best of the best because they paid like hella rad, but they always came in second place, and that was sort of one of the agreements that always happened. Or it's like they're always some of the best people, but like the underdog won or the evil guys won, or like there was just something that went wrong. But it was the Tinois Elenet.
The Tinois Elenet?
TINIOXELLIN.
Not at all how I thought you were going to spell this thing.
Yeah.
ETTE.
I've never heard of this type of cheese.
Tinois Elenet.
And so they're just commercial pirates.
Commercial anti-pirates. They're like mercenaries, but it's like they like go like, and I used Bilberry's swords like to
God.
like
They're
okay.
ad
Gotcha.
reads.
Yeah,
Actual advertisers.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is this a good thing, or is this a light event or a dark event?
I think it.
Capitalism's always a dark event.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dark event. It's also
Unless, of course, you're buying yourself
I
a
think
Ford
if we're going towards like
F-150.
the greatest or the closest thing to like a deity, I think that it's like against the wish granters. Like I think it's against the spirit.
So this is against the spirit of the race.
But I think that it attracted some of the best brews.
And what's the ending of this event? Like what's the outcome of this?
I think it kind of cued the final race a little bit, or them calling it the final race. I think the fact that it was kind of against the spirit of the thing was a bad thing, but I think it also meant that people were casually, like citizens, non-sailors, started to try and trade between spits way more often.
It kind of ignited a new age of exploration.
It's a new age of intercolony trading, but also.
It voided
Why
the extension.
Yeah, but also, but also against the spirit of the race.
Interesting. They're promoting. They're just fucking trucks with big advertising on the side of it, and that's their only goal is going from spit to spit
and being great anti-pirates though. Like they're
just basically like the higher heroes.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
Yeah,
and that's their only purpose. They don't participate in the race at all.
They like.
They're members of the race.
They act like they're doing it. Yeah, they.
But okay, so here's my question: can they be paid to like sabotage other ships by other racers?
100%.
Okay, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
interesting. And it's a dark time, and it creates a lot of distrust. It creates a lot of unease.
Yeah, because it's
they
like
go to the highest bidder.
Yeah, one, they go to the highest bidder, and two, they you don't know if like there's a shopkeep in Bridgeton that hates your guts. And it's like, okay, you're wearing a logo from that shop. Am I going to get stabbed right now? Like, there's no sense of camaraderie.
Gotcha. I'm going to build on that. Where did you put it?
Oh, can you put it at the top of the final race?
Why are you putting it in the final race?
They
just started in the final race?
The thing I put on there was that's the third generation of the Tinois Elenet is in the final race. But I think they've been doing it for a while.
Okay, so we just have to figure out when. Gotcha. That's fine. That's perfect. Can I actually see that card real quick?
No.
Please.
Okay, he said.
I want to create a captain that's been in every single race since the start of it. And I think he is an anchored. It's going to be Captain. I think it will be Tinois. Captain Tinois. I think it's named after him.
Yeah.
I think this fucking egotistical bastard is like anchored, cannot be killed, is the most deadliest pirate for hire, good guy, hero for hire. And he's constantly, and it is well known and he brags about it, hired by the Wishmakers. every single race that he's in. And so he's constantly working for the highest bidder, and his highest bidder is always the Wishmakers. The Passing Fancy is the only ship to finish the first race of the Lost Years, but none of the crew were aboard, and there were no signs of foul play. The Lost Years have their first lost race, and people begin feeling unease. So it wasn't a sacrifice. A ship actually pulled in, but there were no winners. And then was the Altadena the first and last anchored created by the Wish? From the perspective of the last sailors of the Passing Fancy, no, she was not. And now, the very present, where we're going to start our game, is the final race. Under here we have the Tinox. Tinwa.
I'm gonna.
It's right here. It's Tinwa Elenite.
Oh yeah,
you did.
I did it already.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
This was the first commercial anti-pirates. Goal not to win the race, but to make money with advertising. Attracted some of the most skilled crews. Reassurance on inter-colony trade, but against the spirit of it. The Wishmakers announced casually that this is the final race, this current race. There's a feeling of disharmony and unease as the race begins. So this is the last race according to the Wishmakers. And then there's Plucky Patty. God bless Plucky Patty. A retired captain who never won comes out of retirement for the final race to finally win her wish, reversing the Horizon's wish. She inspires hope and becomes a public frontrunner. But she will die. This is all we know. This is all we got so far.
We know that she will, beyond a shadow of a doubt, die.
Shadow of a doubt, she will die. Excellent. So with all that said, we are now currently at the race's most influential wishes. Does anybody have any questions?
The things we do are scenes or events or periods, right?
Correct. Period, scenes, events, yes. Sam, as the creator of this, you get to go first, and you can create either one of any one of these things, or you can do couples. Where you can create a period, and then an event, or an event, and then a scene.
Okay.
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 So this is because it's the race's most influential wishes. We five have to come up with not the most, but in the top 5 list of wishes that aren't already on the board. Is that kind of the jam?
Or just close to this, right?
Yes.
Involving this.
Are we shooting for the top 10?
Well, I mean, like if Sam makes an influential wish, you can just like tag on to like an event
Fair,
that
fair,
happened
fair.
off of that.
I was just like, I just want to be like, do we want a game within the game around
That's
it?
completely your decision. You just have to fall within the parameters of it. It could be exactly that. We all come up with a wish that's really insane, or we can talk about the wishes that are already on the board, or we can talk about like how some of the most impactful wishes have affected the world, even because that's still talking about the most impactful wishes.
Yeah.
Top 10 racing wishes. Number 3.
What
Will
surprise.
shock you.
All right, so I'm going to do a period with an event tucked into it.
Gotcha.
I don't know if this is a light period or a dark. I mean,
Talk
I
about
guess
it first. Talk about it first.
Well, the period I'm doing is a period of profits, but profits as in
PH.
gains, money,
Oh.
where people start focusing more on the race as a way to increase their profits. It really gets into using the race to benefit themselves without actually entering the race.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's where sponsors come in.
I mean, we kind of already have something like that, don't we?
We do have the sponsorship of,
Brought to you by Mountain Dew.
But
but not specifically.
Yeah,
talking-
but that's you could argue that that's just someone who's using it for their own. I mean, it
it's the
could
first time
probably
someone's
fall
used
into it.
a wish.
Yeah, this is the first because the first
A
wish
wish
is going
for
to be
profit. Yeah.
a captain wished for their own island, and like a casino came out of the ground, and they started.
Okay. You're going to put casino in the world. All right. Bold choice.
Charles E. Cheese, baby.
Bold choice. All right.
Cheese.
That is dairy based. Unfortunately,
It is dairy-based.
That does fall within the realms of all these names.
Yeah,
This is true.
Yeah.
I do want to make sure it falls under, okay, no major sporting events, no high tech, no divine right, no organized police system. Hey, capitalism. Nobody said no capitalism.
Fuck.
Ha ha.
Idiots.
All of us.
How can there be
You've
capitalism
doomed this
and no
world.
Yeah, here,
police system?
can I see the nose?
Who
and
would
yeses?
enforce the capitalism?
It's really,
I'm going to put
you make a
this
good point.
right before the Lost Years.
Okay. What's the event that you created?
I'm just writing it now. Captain Allyzen Quezo wins a. It's the curse.
I can't even be angry.
She wins the race and wishes for a castle, and an old Chuck E. Cheese rises from the depths, and she turns it into
The
her
Castellino.
kingdom and
Yes.
begins
Yes.
It's the case
begins inviting people to
It's
bet
right
on
there,
the
Joe.
races.
It's right there. That X is right there.
I need you. No. I need you to know I feel quite the opposite, actually.
Wait, Jimmy,
but
you can
okay,
go
I
ahead and
just-
just edit this whole
I really-
podcast out.
I really want to yeah. Can you just delete this from your hard drive?
Delete it. I do have a question about this.
Yes.
Is it so? It's a castle that she turns into a casino.
Yes.
Ask, is it popular? How popular is it?
It's one of the most influential wishes.
That's not. It's not you.
Shit,
I'm asking
shit,
Sam.
sorry.
I'm asking Sam.
No, it very much it piques the interest of like a lot of people,
Okay.
and especially some of the more like influential. I don't know if you necessarily say they're rich, but however you define having wealth in this world are very.
How does this appeal to a normal people who like would like be spitborns or anything like that? Because a lot of this
Well, have you
is-
been to a Chuck E. Cheese?
I have. I have. But how does it appeal?
It's
It's for people, because there's a lot of like economy isn't like a huge thing. Like a special like centralized economy isn't a huge thing in Wild Sea.
Captain Quezo opens it up to people to come every year for the race. So it appeals in a way where like it's sort of a middle ground meeting place for people who normally would not travel to outside places. And that's part of what draws them in. And then the gambling aspect
Keeps them there.
Yeah, keeps them there, kind of grows it.
So it's a place for people to come to enjoy the race.
Yes.
So this is like the yawning portal.
Essentially, maybe. I mean, is it like in what sense of the word? I
Right.
guess? In what sense of the way is it the place where people want to come to? Like, what is the special thing? Because we made it clear, like, there's no broadcasting of any way. Is it like the centralized hub where people can kind of collect secrets, or is it a centralized place where people can kind of like meet captains?
It's a
Or
place where you play games and hear whispers.
Sam, is that what it is? Sam, I need you to say
It
yes.
was- I mean, when she first established it, it was basically she opened it up to the world as a port for the communities to come together and enjoy the race. And the other things that happened there just happened over time.
Enjoy the race. I know I'm beating this down, but what does enjoy the race imply? What does that mean? Like,
It means what you want it to be. I'm trying to.
like mingling with the captains who are coming to the race?
Yeah, just everyone come together, learn about each other. Maybe there's a centralized way that only she has to view the race or hear the race.
Okay. So this is essentially like a castle for the racers. A neutral ground, but also a place for like a spectacle where the captains come.
Yes.
I'm just thinking of so many ideas
I know.
for this.
I have
Because-
so many things for this.
Because
So
this,
good.
would the analogy be kind of like when in Hunger Games, before the games, they all have like, they meet at the Capitol and they're all there intermingling. And
Yeah.
They go out. Okay.
So, may I make some soft pitches so that I can be told if my conception of what is happening is right or wrong?
You can ask questions confirming whether or not your perceptions are right or wrong.
Okay. Is this? I'm trying not to ask leading questions. Is it a year-round kind of jam where it's like, oh, you're profiting constantly, or is it kind of like this is a special thing that happens at a place?
I feel like it's primarily like its busiest
Yeah.
a bit during the time of the race.
Yeah.
There's probably always business going on there,
Yeah.
especially as after she's opened it up to the world and the profit has started coming in.
Yeah.
But it's primarily like a spirit Halloween. Like they're always gonna fucking be there half
Yeah,
the time.
okay,
But
yeah.
it's only in October when it's really
Yeah. Okay.
kicking off.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I
I see it. Yeah, you got ideas.
Yeah.
Dig it. That's awesome. And is this dark or light?
The initial event itself is a light event.
Okay, excellent. It sparks. How does it affect the world itself? Are people like kind of like, whoa, what is this? Or are people kind of like, what the fuck is this?
It's very much like, whoa, what's this?
Okay, excellent. That's a really good addition. I like this a lot.
yeah.
To be fair, though, the building itself is called Chuk E Chis because there are some letters missing because that's what happened. Yeah, because it came out of the forest, so there's probably
The
some
Chuki
like
chest.
rot took a few of the
Chuk Chuke Iches. Chuke Iches.
Welcome to Chuke Ises,
Come and bathe with me.
Where your dreams will come true.
Yeah.
oh.
Half a robotic mouse twitching in the background.
Terrifying.
And that's the one they brought.
I
Right.
have an idea that I want to
And
say
you would-
for it, but I'm trying not to.
Dave, you got to hold your cards and play them.
But
Michael.
it's not like an
He's going-
event. It's just an idea for the
it's just a
restaurant.
feature.
I mean, the castle.
Well, it looks like you got to make a scene, and we got to play in that
That's
space
what
so
it
you can
is.
slide it
That's
in there.
it.
The Quesalino
What do you got?
Strong.
Better make,
What
better
do you
make
got?
a scene and make it quick. When did the mountains start to nation in the sky? Great.
Make another sun.
One per planet.
One sun per planet.
One per person.
The light of a billion suns.
Make it hot. Make it hot.
The one that I kind of want to have like a little bit more detail on is the first of the cannons to the moon, because I do want it to be a response to Horizon, but I do, and it would be before someone else has the more thoughtful idea to just make a nation off of the Earth, but people trying to immediately escape and everything being a response to this other thing. I kind of want the cannon to the moon of someone literally getting launched off the planet.
Sure.
And
so,
that
so you think a nation in the sky is a more practical solution
Than
that problem
one-
than loading people into catapults and throwing them in the air? Or cannons.
You're acting like the thing I'm saying is dumb. A nation in the sky, 100% more viable than I don't know what space is. Put me in a cannon.
okay.
I mean, I think that holds weight. I don't think these people really know what's in the sky.
Yeah, I don't, and that's the thing.
The population just gets dumber and dumber every time we make a new event.
Because like you're not
So
even gonna
good.
wish. You're not even gonna wish to be able to survive on the moon.
Yeah.
You're gonna go, well, the moon's up there.
Yeah.
If I can get up there,
How are you going to get up to the nation in the sky without a fucking cannon?
yeah, getting up to the nation in the sky.
Proceeds. Yeah.
You played Twilight Princess before, right? The giant cannon that shoots you into the desert. You would be able to get to that desert without a cannon. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
so
not saying.
upset.
I'm not saying ixnay on cannons. On
So what is the
Annan's
event that
game.
you're making? Are you making a giant cannon?
No, I think it's going to be the first guy to panic that was like, okay, then I just won't be here.
shoot me to the moon.
Shoot me to the moon, because it's someone who wished to be shot to the colony on the moon that's going to destroy the planet.
Okay, so I have so many questions.
There's a colony to come into existence.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
moon. Okay, good.
It is a colony that is going to destroy the planet.
That's going to destroy the world. And so there's just one guy that was like, how can I get my car there?
I have
Oh no.
my first question
Ford
is,
F-150.
is the cannon still in existence?
Kiddo?
Does the cannon still exist?
I think,
Or was it a
It's
one
in the
and
Gulf
done?
of Mexico.
no, I think okay. If
A man who wished. Never mind.
a man who wished for a cannon to the moon, I don't think I think his process was so devoid of thought or permanence that he probably didn't say for it to be a temporary cannon.
So the cannon
So-
still exists.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a tower somewhere. There's like a thing that looks like a lighthouse.
Okay.
And it's a cannon in the moon.
Okay. Excellent.
And it's got just a little bit of Willy Wonka elevator vibes.
Yeah. So this guy, he wished for a cannon, he got it, and he was shot out.
Yeah.
That's the event?
Yeah.
And now that cannon still exists.
And that cannon still exists.
He's not the last to use it, maybe.
Has it been touched? Has it been used since?
I mean,
How does society view this cannon?
I think it might be in a hard to reach area. I think it's like, when, you know how there's like so many different kinds of
Cannons to the moon.
cannons to the moon, but also so many different kinds of like flora that the wild sea can be comprised of.
Yeah.
So there's like, I think it's in like cactus or briar or like the kind of thing that like when you saw through it you know when you cut a cattail, like
And
that
it explodes.
and,
yeah.
and it just like explodes into fibers and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I think there's like maybe some sort of like massive cattail, tall grass, dense thing that's kind of around it that makes it like really cool if you can get there.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of sits in like a sort of like hidden library kind of vibe where it
Gotcha.
kind of lives in infamy more than.
Is it like a treacherous, these cattails? Like it's dangerous to go, or is it just an inconvenience?
I don't want to say that the fibers of the cattail are inherently bladed as they split off,
Okay.
because that'd be fucking dope.
That would be.
I will say there are many bodies of TikTokers lying around that area because they've tried to go there for clout and none have made it.
TikTok
yeah,
still
yeah.
exists. All right.
Yeah, if
cool.
you-
Somebody write
yeah.
that down.
TikTok's the
No,
only
it's
way.
fine. It's fine.
We have no
We're in
high
the sea.
fine.
We're in the wild sea. It's fine.
Yeah, because we have no high tech. And then
Yeah,
no
like
high
modern.
tech.
So
That is fine. So
I thought it was,
not
I thought it was
TikTok.
because
It's out,
mine
it's
is a
out.
plant.
Oh,
thank you,
yes.
Dylan.
Okay.
Thank you, Dylan, for keeping the peace.
yeah,
But yeah, I would say I think that it's something like a lost kind of artifact. I also think it is gaudy as fuck though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's painted like an old carnival cannon.
I love that.
Like an old carnival cannon that looks like a lighthouse.
left brain wish granter was like, I'm
We got
about
this.
to have fun.
I've been waiting.
It
for
also
this.
bears a picture of.
I may or may not time travel. Let me do some fuckery.
I don't know what level you guys are on right now, but so far the only two wishes have just been very like childlike, carnival-esque, like Ray Bradbury kind of.
I had already
We
sent a
miss our
cannon to the
child.
moon.
When it gets
I love
to
it.
my turn,
I love it. I'm so happy. Excellent. Dark or light?
Uh,
And is this guy long gone? He was shot and we never heard from
he
him
was
again.
shot and we never heard
Okay.
from him again.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would
Well,
say I would say
we haven't heard from him yet.
I would say maybe because there's so many periods since then. I would say maybe like a few hundred to a few thousand people have been launched since him. Because this is like potentially over the course of a few years or over the course of 40 years.
Okay, so I would phrase that maybe on this event specifically.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that, like it is difficult to get to via the cattails. It is kind of like a lost library-esque, but people still do make the venture to shoot off into the cannon that is still functionable.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Lost
Interesting.
Library just made me think like, what if in Avatar, instead of the library in the desert, they just found a cannon that shot him into fucking space?
Yeah.
Owl's still there though.
Okay, cool.
Does an airbender function in
And-
space? When there's no air to bend?
I don't think so.
These are the good
Problem
questions.
solved.
I think there's other reasons why an airbender wouldn't work. Though. I feel like
Dead.
I feel like all of your chi kind of has difficulty off Earth.
Means nothing. Dark or light event?
I think that it is dark, if only because it is a selfish act
Okay.
of like the panic that is happening because the world's gonna end. It's the first person, and I think he might be the next
The next winner.
Yeah, the next winner is just like it's every man for himself.
Okay.
And so every person that can't race, won't race, can't win is just like, oh, we have to find our own solutions
Gotcha.
for this. And so I think that sets people into like a zone of panic.
Gotcha. I dig that.
That
What
scene
an
from the
excellent
movie,
event. Thank you so much.
I'll get help.
Where'd he go? Have you guys seen what is it called? High Class Trouble with the Personoids. Have you seen that game?
No.
It's a hidden role game. You guys are on like a spaceship cruise and you guys are trying to like turn off Kane, which is like the AI system that's turning all like the assistant robots evil. But 2 players in the game are the evil robots who are trying to sabotage and kill other players.
Nice.
Okay.
And one of the things that you do, like there's airlocks where you just kind of shoot people out. But then also like survivors, if they chicken out, they can go in the escape pods and just kind of leave the game and get points for winning. So it is such like a, oh, you fuck, you've doomed us all kind of feel. But that's this device.
Switch is activated.
It's just kind of like,
Switches active.
Yeah.
I'll save us, guys.
Don't worry, I know just what to do.
I do like that as like being a fear event. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, fine, like somebody's when they're gonna reverse the thing. Like, just get me out of it. Just, I'm leaving, suckers.
I figured this out. Fuck you guys. Yeah, that's really good. All right.
I don't have to run faster than a bear. I just have to run faster than you.
I just need a giant cannon.
Are you gonna wish that everything is fun mirrors?
Shut up, man. That's my
That's my way.
fun mirrors. Yeah, well.
Every mirror is a fun mirror.
Do you look weird now?
Every mirror is a fun mirror. Hold on, somebody write that down. Where's the R Havarti?
Every mirror is
Every mirror
Using a telescope? I hate this.
is a fun mirror. Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Joe. It's your best friend. It's your GM. It's the guy who always has a Pop-Tart on hand in his back pocket, in his jacket pocket, in a pocket. It's for you and me, but mostly for me. Anyway, hi. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're having an absolute blast listening to all this Prologue stuff. We had such a good time building such a crazy and wild world. I am so excited to showcase this in the next month. We've had a blast doing all this. I think you guys are going to really like it. If you're loving everything that you're listening to so far, I got to let you in on a little secret. It's a well-known secret, so keep it spreading, all right? There's a lot of stuff when we record that doesn't make it into the episode. It's a lot of jokes, a lot of silly things, and rather than just cut it, delete it, and have it never see the light of day, I put it on our Patreon. On our Patreon, you can get access to a whole bunch of bonus content, a whole bunch of silly laughs, a whole bunch of little silly things. In fact, here is a little sample of the latest bonus clip that we got on our Patreon right now.
You know what the fun thing I'm learning about recording is that if I have to fart at some point, I will.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen while
Everyone be quiet. Dylan?
But also,
Dylan,
like I
rip
hold
it
it
now.
I hold it in well enough, and now it doesn't have to come out.
Yeah.
Everyone, fart break. Dylan?
No, now
That's
it's
for
just,
the beginning.
now it's
Hit
just
one
like
again?
No, see, I
yeah,
can't.
now
I
it's
can't
just like
force it
in
out.
his spleen.
Yeah, it's like just chilling up in there.
You're good. It's there.
Fart break over?
Sam. If that's the kind of tomfoolery that you want in your life, then may I recommend you go check out our Patreon and join us, because you get access to that kind of bonus content, all the other bonus content, and some extra fun stuff that we have in the pipeline that I'm not going to say anything about, but it's going to be really cool. So if you want to check us out, you can go to patreon.com/RPGPOD. Again, that's patreon.com/RPGPOD. I'm looking through the papers. I don't have any other announcements. Great. Let's get back to the show.
What happens when the magical world has legal trouble? They turn to Norman P. Blank. With the help of man of action David Ex Machina and fairy princess Lady Blackfreeze, mild-mannered lawyer Norman P. Blank helps the people of magical San Francisco with their problems, legal or otherwise.
Norman, where have you been?
A mixer. I'm a candidate for public defender.
I can put in a good word for you. Like I said to Lincoln after he was shot, you need all the help you can get.
But can Norman compete with Al the Bastard, the most notorious lawyer in the city?
Go back to your dingy office. This is no place for amateurs.
If that vampire thinks he's a better lawyer than me, he's got another thing coming. Season 2 of The Occult Adventures of Norman P. Blank premieres October 3rd on any podcast app near you.
This is going to mark the period of the lost years, the beginning of the lost years, where nobody wins. Actually, I think it's going to be the end of the period of prophets. Something before this, but an unmarked ship pulls in and wins the race, like the last race before the lost years. It's an unknown captain. It was a ship, that was originally captained by another captain, but either due to mutiny, due to like overtaking onboarding, whatever it was, it's still a mystery to this day. A new captain took over with like a ghost crew. And he asked the wish to be a private wish. And nobody knows what it is.
That was his wish. For no one to know.
No one to know what it was. But there have been rumors since that it's been a very powerful wish. I think when the wish makers like are specifically asked, they have like this very devious smile and very like, I'll never tell kind of feeling to it. And a lot of people think it's because of the lost years, like that's what the wish is, but nobody's for certain.
Okay. That nobody would like win the race again.
Yeah.
That he organized in the last years.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what the rumor is, but the wish makers have gone on record saying that's not what it was.
I mean,
Whether or not you can trust him.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, believe him or don't.
No one knows what his wish is, but after he made it, a lot of hidden caches of Big League Chew did start to show up.
I'm going to mark this as a dark event. Also, after he made the wish, he disappeared. He didn't die. He wasn't killed or anything. He just kind of like faded into society. He was never heard of again. So very mysterious. It's a big wish that people talk about.
Just the meme of the guy doing the peace sign and then fading out.
So yeah, that's going to be my event.
And was it light? It was dark.
It was dark.
It was a dark event.
And it's going to be at the end of a period of prophets, right before
Yeah.
the lost years. What was his wish?
Everybody got a son. That's excellent. Thank
He
you.
wished Plucky Patty the
Oh no,
best
I
of
just
luck.
needed you to see who created it.
Dilk Wisdom.
Dilk was...
Dilk Wisdom is now canon. Dilk Wisdom is now in a cannon.
He's canon in the canon.
Dilk Wisdom
Is now
was
a
the
cannon.
man who was shot out of the cannon.
Dilk Wisdom's the first man who shot himself out of a cannon.
He's the pioneer.
I
Oh,
really
no.
Can I step away from the mic so I can
Scream.
Cry.
It's a script.
Dilk Wisdom was the first of many men who were shot out of that cannon. I just like his last name's Wisdom.
The name is Dilk. Dilk Wisdom.
All right, Dylan.
All right.
You are up.
Okay, so I want to revisit one of our yeses of rival captains because I love rival captains. So my thought is a rival captain just after Allyzen Quezo. What is the being that is a bunch of spiders?
Celicrate.
Horrifying.
Celicrate. Yes. A Celicrate captain by the name of Jowls Scangarilla.
Could you say that one more time for me?
Jowls Scangarilla.
That felt so good. Thank you.
Question.
Yeah.
Is the Celicrate made of spiders or is it made of other stuff?
Mm.
In the book, there is permission for it to not be spiders. I need to throw that out there before you go any further.
This is a very important question.
Made of cheese wheels. Baby bells.
It's made of this.
It's made of hands doing this.
For our audio listeners, Dylan did his Italian pizza hand.
Pizza hands.
Yeah.
Professional. Oh, God, you do it so well.
Yeah, he's a Bellardinelli.
Oh, my God.
It's how I know the last name Scangarilla.
It's how you get through as many syllables there as there are in Bellardin.
There's a lot of Italian coming at me right now. And it's like, oh, my God.
Scangarilla was a person the last name of a person my dad knew growing up.
Not to be
And it's
confused with a scangaria, where you buy more skangas.
Or a kangaroo, which is a marsupial.
Or a Skangorilla, which is a very
kangaroo.
dangerous.
It's a hive.
Kangaroos.
We've lost the plot.
No, tiny
It's
kangaroo.
gone.
No, full-size kangaroos. This captain is fucking huge.
I'll think of the specifics of the Celicrate that they are.
Uh-huh.
Maybe in a minute. I don't know if it's like super important to if it's going to change this at all. But yeah, go.
No, I was going to say, anyway, Captain First Name Skangorilla.
Yeah, Captain Jowls Scangarilla. Essentially, rival captain to Allyzen Quezo and develops an even bigger sort of like watchtower,
David Buster's.
Oh wait, yeah, but it's basically just like a whole fucking skyscraper, but at the very top, crashed onto there is a Little Caesar's pizza, and so it's Little Caesar's Palace.
God, fucking...
All right.
All right.
All right.
Dead eyes.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Little Caesar's Palace.
This fucking carnival ride of of this fucking adventure.
I wanted to tell a game about strength, relationships.
You know what you need for strength?
Pepperoni.
Calcium.
Drink your damn milk.
So he's one up in the game.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a combination Chuck E. Cheese,
Little,
Caesar-
no,
what
Little
is-
Caesar's Pizza and just a skyscraper.
It's the Empire State Building.
It's essentially like I imagine Chuck E. Cheese like the blue collar kind of like watch party with all the captains.
Yeah.
Little Caesar's Palace is like becomes the wheels and deals, right? Where the sausage is made, like the fucking upper crust of society. They gather there in secret. It's super
Stuffed upper crust of society.
it's super fucking hard to get into, and it's like just influencers, right?
I fucking love this. Who was this a wish that came true, or was it
Yeah,
just something that was built?
Jowl Skangorilla wished in
For
opposition
Little Caesar's Palace.
of-
Or
of-
a bigger, better,
yeah,
Okay.
a bigger, better,
bigger pizza.
better
Caesars.
ingredient.
Little
Little
John's.
Caesars.
Kangaroo. Gotcha.
yeah.
Big gorilla.
Big gorilla.
I can't even say these words anymore.
He's a bunch of spiders inhabiting a big gorilla.
So what? So this is very exclusive.
Yes.
Very exclusive.
Yeah.
So the
And-
most prominent members of society come here
yes.
regularly during the race. Or?
They come here regularly because there's a lot of like this is like what everything leads up to. So like when race day happens, they're all hanging out there. Like it's big enough that they all have like their own rooms and stuff. But like
Are they all betting and stuff?
yeah, it's huge bets. It's
There's like
big
office
casino.
floors. And,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Are whispers coming straight into individual rooms?
Yeah,
here? Like-
essentially. Like
Okay.
So I'm going to steal this idea because
it's a good one.
Chuk Ichez missed out.
Yeah.
There are a series of animatronics on a stage,
Oh, good.
and when whispers come through, they come through the animatronics on stage as like a big whisper theater. Whisper theater.
Whisper Theater.
Yeah.
That was on our.
That was on our Yes Explorers.
Yes.
Okay.
Whisper theater.
Okay, gotcha.
So we have
So they have scenes regularly acted out for them on stage of things that really happened.
And it's like being told to buy the like the animatronics are like receptive to the whispers and like echo it out on. So people like there's a huge, like Pantages style theater and everybody's like, getting drinks and stuff. And then when like lights flash and people walk into the room to see like what 5 minutes of whispers it has been like gathered to like relay events of the race.
Shit, dude. Okay.
You fucking move your Rite Aid right across the street from my mom and pop pharmacy, you motherfucker.
I gotta say, I will say this.
Okay.
In the context of the game,
Uh-huh.
whispers are like a form of like, it's not even currency, but like goods. Like they're trading goods. So
Right,
basically what you're saying is just kind of like the upper class of society. They use things that people are scrounging together for like to source power for entertainment.
Does this sound familiar?
Yes. I love that. That's fucking fantastic. But the one thing I do want to point out is that whispers never go anywhere. So as soon as they like whatever these animatronics are just vessels where they just kind of come through and then leave immediately.
Okay.
Are there people who are catching these whispers? Or are they just letting them fly out the window and continue to go out to the world?
Or does it depend on the night?
Also, it could depend on the whisper.
Yeah.
Maybe the rich want to intercept certain whispers.
But that's the question. Like, is there a system? Because this is
Like an auction process post.
Yeah, that's what I was
post-show
thinking.
auction process.
because yes, Dylan, is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
what it is?
no. That was where I was. My
Okay,
brain
okay,
was
okay.
going. Was like a post-show auction process.
Gotcha. So it is truly like if you want power of whispers, like we collect them.
Right.
So there are collections before they kind of dump out the bags and let them go back out to the hovels.
Right.
Interesting. That creates such a weird economy around the centralized point.
That's why a period of profits is a dark period.
Also, if you just stand in there, every whisper that's being traded.
Yeah.
It's really like the fucking lizard elite.
This is scary. This is a very scary thing.
Like
you know how we were talking,
Yeah, because the rich people win.
yeah, just like in life.
but you know how like we were talking about how like there is no form of communication easily. This is it. And you basically sanction off like only like the cream of the crop people are allowed here. And they know everything.
Because knowledge is power.
But there is
Money
no
is
police.
power.
No police.
There's like a real
It's
world
just
equivalent.
centralized power.
There is no
not,
organized police system. So
There's only access.
Yeah.
And who can get in your way?
So is this a secret place? How does it stay guarded and protected if there's no centralized police system to protect it?
Is it like one of those public secrets where like everyone knows what the fuck goes on there, but like if you try to stand up against it, they don't see.
I personally think like a skyscraper size security system isn't centralized, right?
right. Yeah.
You could.
That's kind of more what I was thinking is it's a privatized system. Or
His name's Scangarelli. He can make you disappear if he wants.
So there's
so is the police system. Never mind.
No, you're right. You're
So-
right.
Wait,
Well,
private
but the
security for the
mafia
wealth?
has rules.
Private security for the wealthy?
What?
So,
Police?
so what Michael's saying, it's
Give me
more just kind of
broadcast
like
this
it's
first.
so separated from like the ground, basically. Like the height of it is like you cannot get through security. Like there are checks and balances at like every other way to get in there.
Yeah, I would say that it has its own trials and tribulations to just like make it through it. Whether that's security, whether that's other people vying to try to get up there. What?
A secret entryway.
Yeah, I mean,
Trials and Tribulations, I think, is the third Ace Attorney game.
I think you're right, actually.
Sure, I like this a lot. You guys are gonna be so fucked.
Yeah. Everything I was
We
hearing in
have
this
to-
world,
we-
I'm like, oh, we're in trouble.
Look at it!
Yeah, because we have to break into the.
Dylan, you've created all the monsters of this world. You created Helvetica. You created a secret society where it's just kind of like, what's the Tom Cruise movie with the secret society?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. You
Oh.
basically created.
You created Tom Cruise.
Oopsie!
Oh my god.
Oopsie daisy! Still hasn't aged a day.
Yeah. I created
Terrifying.
Helvetica. I created this. I created Ascension.
Yeah, man.
Oops.
Yeah.
Can you see why kids love the cinnamon taste of Cinnamon Toast
Sure
Crunch?
can. Sure can. I can see why they're gonna hate it.
Where's that gonna go?
And you said that's like shortly after Allyzen
Yeah.
Quezo.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take time to write this out while I believe it's Will's turn.
It is.
Ooh, can I get a pen, please?
No.
Here you go.
So for mine, I'm thinking there was a captain, like Brescia Smith, this tiny, what are the like squid people thingies?
Ketra.
Ketra, a tiny Ketra. And when she won the race, she wanted to become a Leviathan. And so the largest Leviathan on the sea is the Behemoth.
God damn it. Way to repackage an inside joke.
I'm
What is
Really
we got
on board.
listed now? What
Yeah.
is this?
Behemoth.
So it's the largest Leviathan.
For those of you unaware of what's exactly happening right now, Joe is walking away.
Yep. Like walking away like a wuss. Like a man broken.
He would rather leave than hold up an X.
Like a man broken by a soft cheese.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 3 of our Wild Sea Adventure, Storm of Whispers. I want to thank all the guys in the episode. A special thank you to Jimmy for all the amazing music. If you'd like to check them out, you can find all their links in the bio below. I want to say thank you to Ben Robbins for giving us permission to use Microscope. You can download the rules for yourself at lamemage.com. Also, if you'd like to support us further, you can support us directly on Patreon, or you can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. All the links are in the description below. Also, check out our website at roleplaygamepod.com. Again, that's roleplaygamepod.com. Thank you for listening.